Can I destroy these boxes with this? No. Oh yeah, I got the secret ending on the previous playthrough, that's why I have that. Yeah, that secret canon ending, by the way, that was amazing. I think if somebody has that on their first playthrough, they are gonna be left with such a nice, well, nicer taste in their mouth from the game compared to the ending I got from the first playthrough. You finally found out the re-stories? No, I don't spoil it to myself. I just piece the pieces together. If you wanna see like my talks about what the story could be or is, then you can go see my reactions on, well, on this game's moments. Particularly if you wanna hear my opinion about what this game's real story is, then looking at the credits or the final fight with Providence that leads into the secret ending, I talk a lot on that, but it's like a 50-minute sequence, so have fun reading through that or listening to that. Otherwise, if I wanna sum it like really fast, let me show you something. So, the data bank, unless you go to New Game Plus, you are gonna have no update on this last sentence here. At the center of the nest, Adam tells Eve the truth that he is both Raphael Marx and the creator of Mother Sphere. This is something that the game doesn't tell you unless you go to New Game Plus, because you can't read this because the game ends. So it took me the third playthrough to finally find out that Adam is Raphael Marx, or was. So how this basically works is in the 21st century, so somewhere in the years 2100 to 2200, somewhere between there, Raphael Marx, or I guess our Adam here, he is a, I would like to say that, an aspiring researcher of like human nano and biotechnical advancement, and he himself does not either believe that he is smart enough to come up with fast solutions to humanity's problems to help them live more prosperous lives in the future, so he develops a very in-depth algorithm that he calls an artificial intelligence at this point in the story as the Mother Sphere, and he imprints some of his own legacy on Mother Sphere, some of his own agendas about what humanity is supposed to be and how humanity functions. So that could be some of the reasons as to why Mother Sphere eventually, throughout Mother Sphere's development of this new like species of humanity, Mother Sphere goes and decides that there is not enough room for two species on this planet. Adam has the same dialogue on the evil playthrough of the game, where he says that there is not enough space for two dominant species on the same planet. And there is a lot of other hints from Adam throughout the game that he says that the Mother Sphere's conviction also lies with perfectly. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that some of the reasons as to why Mother Sphere turns out like more like evil and like imperialistic with her vision of what this new humanity is supposed to be is because of Adam himself. Adam himself was thinking like this at a time in his life, and that's the reason as to why Mother Sphere still acts like this. Because Mother Sphere, being an artificial intelligence, she does not like grow in the same way as humans do. Like, she does not change her like opinions based on other people's like impressions that they leave on her throughout her life like humans would, like naturally. So Mother Sphere still believes in the same ideologies that Adam inherited her with, and that's the reason as to why Mother Sphere turns out to not see the possibility of like how to save both humanity as well as the Andro Eidos androids. The Mother Sphere only sees that there is one path forward, which is to erase the previous humanity so that the new one can thrive, while Adam repents for his sins that he did in the past, his bad choices, because now he has been enlightened to see that for all life to prosper, it can be possible, and he is working towards that goal in his later parts of his life, where we see him as. So he has basically changed his conviction about what humanity's future is supposed to look like. And that is the reason as to why Adam and Mother Sphere do not see eye to eye. Adam is trying to save all forms of life in the planet, while Matter Sphere is only trying to pave way for the humanity that her creator Raphael Marx at one point in his life saw as the only path forward. So one is obstinate and one is optimistic and realistic at the same time. And that also is one of the reasons as to why the Eve Protocol ends regardless of which choice you make. If you fuse with Adam, then the Eve Protocol members try to kill Eve after, because Eve is still holding the legacy of the Naitibas inside of her, and that's why the Eve Protocol turns fully against her. And then if you choose the evil ending, then the Eve Protocol also ends, because you have killed the source of where the Naitibas motivation comes from. So it's the end days for the Naitibas at that point, to put it very bluntly. And something really nice that happens in the true ending of the game, or the secret ending, that cutscene that plays after the credits is really like poetic. Like, you know how Matter Sphere has this analogy, or the people on the planet have this analogy about the angels, where the angels that come from the sky are named both angels because they float kind of from the sky to Earth, so they are dubbed as angels because of their doctrine. But they are also dubbed the angels of death most of the time, because that's the only thing that they are meant to do. They are not meant to be a salvation of humankind, not in that normal sense. That's just some indoctrination from the Matter Sphere's doctrine. But Eve, because of her actions and decisions that she makes throughout the game, she becomes the actual salvation for the humankind. So she turns out the lies of Matter Sphere into an actual reality, because she believes that this humanity is actually worth saving and possible to be saved with hard work. And throughout her journey, the decisions and the allies that she joins with are so impactful and correct for the story to actually work, that she actually turns the lies of the Matter Sphere to a reality. So she does become the salvation of the humankind at the end of the game, which is a very poetic way to end the canon story of the game. I thought that was a really beautiful way to end it. And also, the sequel to Stellar Blade has to continue from that. They have such an amazing base. And also there is that sequel bait at the end. Like, there's that blue text that comes on the screen that says that their story will continue, or something like that. So the sequel to Stellar Blade has to continue from that spot. I can't wait for that.